He's unconscious, but his life isn't in any danger from what I can tell. Man, though, that was one heck of a fight. It didn't even matter that he was outnumbered. He certainly lives up to his title. In any case, I'm glad we won. I'd like to bring Arios back to the Merkaba, knowing how worried Shizuku is about him, but Mariabelle and Mr. Grimwood are waiting for us. I feel bad, but there will be time to come back once everything's over. Right, let's be off. Bold of you to assume that this place won't just, like, disintegrate once we leave. Arios can't even beat one man with Tonfa's. What are the odds against a whaleboat? Exactly, my whaleboat beats everything. The seal blocking the elevator has been lifted. Then taking it up should lead us straight to Kia. Yep, no doubt about it. We managed to beat Arios, but we still have Mariabelle to contend with. There's no telling what she's capable of. Let's return to the Merkaba and make our final preparations. We can't afford to fail. We're taking Kia back no matter what the cost. Right. I'd advise you take care of any unfinished business you have before we go up there. Okay. Will do. I want to heal at the Merkaba because it gives me my CP back, and I want my stupid CP back. And then we can, I guess, fight the final boss. Also, with how long that dialogue was with Arios, there was no way we were going to beat the game yesterday. Even if my power had not gone out. I did not anticipate having to have, like, that much dialogue with him. Alright. Do I need to speak to anyone? Sorry, getting a drink. This store. Tio might have new dialogue. Ellie might have new dialogue. Alas, we can finally make our way to Kia. Bella and Mr. Grimwood will be waiting for us too. Are you going to be okay, Ellie? Belle must have a personal stake in all this. She's always had her quirks, baffling as they can be. Maybe that's part of what drew me to her. But no matter what her reasoning is, a plan that hinges on someone else's sacrifice is unacceptable. Couldn't agree more. While I still don't understand Mariabelle and Mr. Grimwood's ultimate goal, I know that we can't let them hurt Kia a minute longer. Listen, Ellie. It may be hard to go up against your best friend, but all of us are here to support you. Can we count on your help? I was already prepared to give it. She and I have been friends since childhood. It's for that exact reason that I must make her recognize the error of her ways. Learning that Guy had been murdered by Mr. Grimwood, one of his closest friends, left me speechless. That he was willing to resort to such drastic measures makes me wonder just what the Azure Zero project is. But above all, I question whether we stand a chance against a conspiracy even Guy failed to thwart. Those are all valid concerns, to be sure. Honestly, I'm starting to fear Mr. Grimwood might be more dead set on this than Arios ever was. Still, that's exactly why we need to show him that despite the odds stacked against us, our determination is even stronger. You're absolutely right, Lloyd. It's only hope of prevailing over him. I feel like that sentence was supposed to say, it's our only hope. Oh well. And we will do exactly that. Now is the time for us to finish what Guy started. Right. We've got this, Tio. Okay. Do you have anything to say? It's been 3 years since Guy Banning's death, and now the truth of the matter has finally come to light. All this time, McLean had been keeping it to himself, shouldering the burden of it on his own. What a simpleton. It was his penance for everything that happened, his way of moving forward. In a way, maybe it's also been his source of strength all these years. What you call strength, I call stupidity. Deep down, he knows it too. That's why he gave you the opening you needed. That aside, you finally learned all that you've been seeking about your brother's passing. Isn't that right? Yeah, I really have. There's still a lot for me to sort out once this is over, but I'm content for now. That just leaves one final barrier standing in our way. I autofilled the word in into this sentence. It missed it. We have to defeat Maria Bell and Mr. Grimwood to bring an end to this. That's right. Moving forward is the only way to close the books on this case for good. I hope you're ready to take that final step. I am. Okay, what does our quartz look like right now? You're fine. I think move 3 lowers your evasion, which is why I have not switched you. Petrify, strength up, that's fine. Impede. Do I not have an impede 3? Or just can I not make one? Is there no impede 3 and it's just a gem? I think it is just a gem. Lame. Action 3, that's fine. That's fine. I don't really feel like you need Petrify for the final boss, but I don't know what I would give you in its place. Yeah, I feel like these are just the best to run with for now. Alright, I'm gonna save here. And then we're gonna go fight the final boss. I walked out and then walked right back in because of how this doorway works. That's fun. All right. Final boss time. Here's hoping we get it on the first try. And it's not super gimmicky. Just a few more steps and we'll find Kia, and with her, the truth. It's time to steel our resolve and solve this case once and for all. I will use the lift. What is this? Are these projections of scenes happening in Crossbell right now? No, these are definitely scenes of the past because we keep seeing Grimwood holding a gun. Nah, not just that. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm seeing bits of the past mix in there too. Fragments of reality. Could all of these be causal nexuses across the entirety of space-time? An absurd theory, but far from implausible at this point. The Septarian of Zero, and its final form, the Azure Tree. I hope Kia becomes playable in a future game, and her, like, ultimate art is to summon a tree. That was a pleasant vision. What the? That was from when we infiltrated the Sun Fort. But why were Estelle and Joshua not with us? And... what's the matter with you four? Were you able to see something that we couldn't? Yeah, but only for a second. I think I'm starting to understand what Kia's power truly is. Oh, is she able to see the threads of fate and pick which thread becomes the true path? Road to the farthest end. Nothing more needs to be said. Let's move, Lloyd. Right. Oh, there's a healing thing here. If you didn't heal before. That's nice. What if the final boss is actually Kia and not Mariabelle? You're here. Oh, welcome to the farthest reaches of our world, the crossroads of causality. I didn't expect the text to autoplay. Lloyd, Ellie, Tio, Randy. I really like this new outfit. Risha and Dudley too. Thank goodness. We thought we'd lost you. Are you okay in there, Kido? Honestly, do you have any idea how worried we were? I'm sorry. I've been keeping things a secret from you this whole time. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for lying to you. Stop, you have nothing to apologize for. Oh, now I can control the text? Sure. None of that matters to us, as long as you're safe. Every kiddo keeps secrets from their parents, don't they? You're not any different. The real blame lies with the ones who used that to take advantage of you. Belle, Mr. Grimwood, what do you have to say for yourselves? Your anger is justified. Why? I always knew you were hiding a pair of claws. But despite what you may think, we're only following Kia's wishes to the letter. Isn't that right, Kia? None of that rings true. Come on, Kido. How's about you hop on out of there so we can talk this thing out? Yes, we are overdue for a family meeting. Thanks, everyone. But I can't actually leave this spot. So, Kia, but why? It has something to do with your power as a Septarian, doesn't it? Well, go ahead, Kia. Tell them what they asked to hear. Tell Lloyd and the rest of the SSS how you've been doing this for their sakes from the very start. No, you definitely lied to her or fed her some crazy story, and so she thinks she's doing this for us. But it's actually all for your benefit. What do you mean? Unlike the lost Septarian of Mirage, Kia has the ability to manipulate time and space as the Septarian of Zero. The power of Mirage allows her to alter causation and perception when joined with the ability to govern space-time. Kia is able to weave the very threads of reality. Weave reality? In what sense? Explain yourself. Acquiring this ability has been the goal of the Azure Zero project from the outset. To weave the threads of reality is to manipulate the laws of causality, thus reconstructing the world as we know it. The heck? Reconstructing the world? Every event that has shaped our reality is linked to one another via a network of causes and effects. Tampering with the system would, in theory, allow you to change the past, present, and future. Well done, Tia. I figured you would understand. It's akin to having administrator privileges on the Orbital Network. The rights and access to alter anything you so desire. One could even exchange a world laden with strife for one of peace. For instance, by taking this reality with Crossbell, in which Crossbell is at the oppressive mercy of Ereboni and Calvar, and replacing it with one where Crossbell reigns over the two of them instead, while only theory, it is certainly possible. So, you're going to exchange your pain for someone else's? What do you not understand about cause and effect? That's preposterous. Or the domino effect, whatever. How can that be? Alright, enough of this already. If you're gonna lie to us, at least make it convincing. It's just too far-fetched to believe. Is that what you think? How can you say that when you yourselves owe your lives to that very power? Huh? Owe our lives? You don't mean that vision we had. Are you saying that when we infiltrated the Sun Fort, we... Please, find me. Oh, is that why I think at the beginning of Zero, when we entered the Sun Forts, Joshua and Estelle were not there in that opening cutscene when we were going to hunt Kia down. So that opening cutscene was missing Estelle and Joshua on purpose. So we died in that timeline. And then Kia rewrote history, put us back to the start. And then we made different acquaintances or spoke to people differently in a way that led Estelle and Joshua to join us at the Sun Fort. That's fascinating. My, oh my. I take it everything came flooding back just now, didn't it, Lloyd? Oh, hold on. OBS is being dumb again. I don't know what's wrong with OBS. I thought it was just because I needed to update it. And then I updated it. And then now it's still being dumb. That should have fixed it, but it doesn't look like it's going. Oh, there we go. There we go. It might be. Okay, I think I fixed it. Reality has already been altered once, albeit only slightly. If it hadn't, the four of you would have died at the hands of Joaquin Winter after he went berserk in a fit of demonic rage. You've got to be kidding me. In the first timeline, you guys never became such good friends with Estelle and Joshua, or with that girl Ren. So that night, the four of you went in alone, and Ren never came to help. Upon finding out, Kia embraced her power as a Septarian and rewrote the causality of the past. One ripple after another, you were led to help the Angel of Slaughter confront her trauma. That, in turn, brought you closer together with those two Liberalian bracers, causing them to lend you their aid that night. Consequently, at the original moment, you all should have died. The Angel of Slaughter instead came to your rescue. There's no way. Dubious as it may seem, she doesn't appear to be lying. Truth is often stranger than fiction. I can understand your surprise. And yet there's still so much more to the power the Septarian of Zero possesses. Avoiding your tragedies was only the beginning. The Azure Tree. Divine in nature, it is able to amplify Kia's power and link her to the world itself through the septium veins. Doing so will allow her to not only prevent needless death, but modify reality the way Mr. Grimwood described. This tree is capable of that much. Holy crap. You just can't make this crap up anymore. Isn't it wonderful? Imagine the possibilities. With such power at our disposal, there would be nothing left to fear. No sorrow, no tragedy. We could grant happiness to the entire world. Mankind could be liberated from the shackles of uncertainty, free to live in the pursuit of a greater good. Such potential would be akin to alchemy's greatest kept secret, Ars Magna. Belle, you can't be serious. Mr. Grimwood, is this really what you want? They say one must be ready for anything. Throughout its history, humanity has grappled with the quandary of how to confront the myriad risks it faces. Kia's gift allows us to mitigate those perils and live out the most desirable outcome. That fact cannot be denied. Even if it means burdening Kia, an innocent girl, with the weight of the world. When the Septarian Mirage took up that same duty, its heart was racked with guilt until it finally decided to erase itself. So tell me, how, in your right mind, can you force a responsibility like that on a little girl? Lloyd, please. That would be what Mr. Grimwood and I are here for, to prevent that very fate. It was never our intention to have Kia bear the burden of shaping reality all by her lonesome. Having the good lawyer's wisdom and expertise here, with her, would help move the world in the right direction. That way, history wouldn't repeat itself. What you're proposing is that the best interest of the people be decided by a chosen few. You know as well as I do that there are consequences to our democratic system, Ellie. Time and time again, it is guilty of mobocracy, unable to act when its people need it most. This is the case not only in Crossbell, but in all nations, wouldn't you agree? Maybe so, but to be clear, I have no intention of shielding Kia from any beliefs or opinions aside from my own. I would like to request the cooperation of such knowledgeable statesmen as Speaker McDowell as well. And having Dieter, again, would make for a good asset from a managerial perspective. Moreover, it would only be right to ask for the collaboration of the SSS in these matters too. Opening a path to a new age will call for the input of promising young people like yourselves. And as far as all of you in particular are concerned, because of how hard you fought to make it here, you each know better than anyone what must be done for the coming era. What do you say? Will you accept? No, I won't. Hello, Rainbright. Welcome to stream. Nothing justifies the crimes you've committed, Grimwood? No, they really don't. You want us to join you? Well, dang. He almost makes a valid point. Mr. Grimwood, you still haven't answered my questions. Is this really what you want? Even if it costs Kia her freedom? All things have an inherent dignity. People, society, history. Each of them is rife with mistakes, and those mistakes can lead to tragedy. But erasing the woes of the past violates the dignities of those who carry them in their hearts. Anyone who has ever found strength by recovering from loss knows exactly what I mean. If you need proof, you don't have to look any further than yourself. It's true. It's impossible for any one person to always make the right choice, let alone all of us. Yet turning a blind eye to these mistakes means never growing from them. There's meaning in learning from the past, in joining hands with others and moving forward together. And your plan here would scrap every last bit of that. Kia, please come back to us. You don't need to do this. You don't have to force yourself for our sakes. When you found out that we had lost our lives, I can't imagine the pain it put you through, or how broken your heart was. I'm so sorry, Kia. This never would have happened if we hadn't let you down. But you didn't. Going through with it was my decision. There's nothing for you to apologize for. Then let me ask you again, Kia. Why do you look so sad? You realize it, don't you, Kia? It was out of grief that you used your powers to undo our deaths. But deep down, you know that wasn't fair of you. Well, I'm not going to stand here and tell you I'd rather be 6 Arch under, but cheating death ain't exactly playing things by the numbers. Mr. Grimwood, Belle. In a way, the same underlying concept applies to politics. At times, one could say that taking the easy way out is a necessary evil. But it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that doesn't make it any less unacceptable. relying on Kia's transcendental powers for all of life's troubles? That isn't politics anymore. That's using faith and prayer as a substitute for action. We should be coming together to resolve our problems with open dialogue and procedural justice. That is the core of self-governance. We're not naive. We know the dangers that Crossbow will face without Kia's power to protect us. Turmoil across the continent, economic crisis, and Erebonia will undoubtedly come for us when their support ends. Yet in spite of those threats, forcing the responsibility of protecting all of us onto Kia still isn't the right thing to do. If we came to rely on her miracles alone, then none of us would ever grow as people. We know what our path is, and we're going to take it, no matter how painful it might be. So this is how it ends. I'd always told myself that my motivations amounted to more than a personal grudge. But in my heart of hearts, I knew I was lying to myself. How fitting that the team carrying Guy's legacy would be the ones to reproach me in the end. Mr. Grimwood, I am sorry. I haven't the right to so much as mention his name in your presence. Forgive me, Kia. I have misled you in so many ways. I feel like you're turning to our way of thinking a little too easily. You should follow your own judgment and make the decision for yourself. I have full faith that you can do so. Mr. Grimwood. Maribel, I deeply apologize for failing to meet your expectations. Consider this my resignation. So be it. I certainly won't object. From the beginning, you were only intended to draft the plans of our project rather than execute them. Thank you for your contributions, Ian Grimwood. Oh, well, bye. No. I suppose this is retribution for my sins. Guy, Lloyd, I'm sorry. Mr. Grimwood, what have you done? Well, what? I think we all knew she was a psychopath. Tools that have outlived their use are to be disposed of. And just so you're aware, Kia, the same goes for you. Hey, what the heck are you doing to our little girl? She brought this upon herself. If she wants to be difficult, then I'll just have to turn her into an adorable doll with no will of her own. She is, after all, nothing more than a homunculus granted life by the Croix family's long-held secrets. In other words, she's my property to do with as I please. Shut your mouth. Belle, listen to yourself. How can you say something so horrible? Because she's a psychopath. We will make you eat those words. Very well. Before you stands Maribel Croix, descendant of the alchemist that sacrificed everything in search of a septarian that could surpass Adios herself. Which is stronger? The fervor of a delusion that has endured 1,000 years, or your meager bonds that have existed for more than one? Let's say we pit them against each other and see what outcome it yields. We were planning on it. Belle, I'm not going to hold back. I can sense black magic swirling around her. I'll do everything in my power to quell it.